Hey guys, this is Douglas. Coming back to you with part 2 of Monster Hunter World, not Monster Hunter, Monster Hunter's Rise Sunbreak. Yeah, I'm gonna just need to get used to saying that. And guys, quick thing, if I don't seem as cheerful or as bubbly, I say bubbly, not typically that bubbly anyway. If I don't seem like all cheerful a lot today, this week, that's this week, I'm recording this on Sunday, and Sunday, Friday, I wasn't feeling 100%. But I don't feel too bad, and so again, gonna do some recording. I might not hunt for as long, but we're gonna get some progress done. And today we have got this hit squad. I say hit squad. This list. Yeah, so guys, I'm recording a few days ago, and this is the the jungle. And I'll say, well, it is a jungle. And pretty sure you're part of the hunt. But guys, this is just a nice simple warm-up. But like, you've got Beatrice and Bambro, two new creatures back to back. Then it's Viper Toby Kadachi. So 3 creatures that are new back to back, all up in the new area, the Coral Highlands. Compared to this game where the first new thing you hunt, which yes, it does get you a nice, it does get you into the master rank in a nice way, and it's not the worst way to get you into master rank. So guys, so at the minute I've currently just got to reach Hunter rank 100, and then my key quests. But like, comparing like the two, Beatrice to the, because I'll compare Beatrice to the War Crab, and Beatrice was just a qualify. I'll compare Kuryaku to Viper Toby Kadachi, and Royal Ludolf to Bambaro, and just because I'm not going to really compare that. And Bambaro is just cooler. Yes, it is 2 back-to-back ice creatures, but like, you could also be going into 2 back-to-back water creatures for this. And the reason I'm giving Iceborne the edge, because like, it's down to a simple reason of you're hunting new things that are either A, new to the game, or B, haven't been in games for years, or haven't been in, or weren't in the base game. And I can't 100% speak for certain, because some people might refer to, say, whatever Monster Hunter game came before World. I don't know what one it was. I'm saying that I think it potentially was Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate Generation. So, guys, we're back. Hey, Royal Ludolf, it's been a while. Another reason I chose to hunt Royal Ludolf was because I hunted him in base game, so I'd like to show off his master rank armor set just to compare the differences. Also, guys, for you lot, it's been like a minute, maybe seconds. For me, it's been like half an hour. Like, I did the first hunt and all a lot in the intro within the first 10 minutes. Like, I was recording for about 10 minutes, got all that done. Yeah, I've now been recording for almost 40. Which was good. Like, I prefer being able to go into shows without knowing anything. Like, not the last movie I saw in cinemas, because I barely even watch any movies in cinemas. But the one before that, because the last movie I saw in cinemas was the live action Titanium Dragon, which I knew. Actually, no, I knew a good bit about that too before going in. Granted, a lot of it is based off the 2010 like animated movie. But like I knew about some of the changes and all, but the movie I'm on about is the Spider-Man Far From Home. I kind of knew about things like Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire being in it. Like, there was a good few spoilers in that movie that got spoiled for me. Although, I don't really think we actually did get a proper Sinister Six in that. Because Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, Electro, Sandman, and Lizard. And the only real bad guy in that movie was Green Goblin. Although one thing I do like is the fact of like most of them are just people who were essentially broken. Doc Ock was someone whose technology got the better of him and took over his mind. Electro, insane amounts of power, it, changed him. Sandman, got hit with a collider and all that lot and became sand in the live actions. Don't know how he got his powers in the comic. And the Lizard, experimented on himself, trying to regrow his own arm. Like, which is one thing I'm hoping they do. Like, I don't see them doing this for the third game. I'm hoping they don't. For me personally, what I'd love to see from the third game is, and I'm hoping they don't do, is have Pete die. Put him into retirement, sure. Have him take a bigger step back, sure. Just don't kill him off. Have it so Pete has to make a choice between saving everyone, making him choose between saving everyone or saving himself, or saving somebody here. But it's just repeating the PS4 game. Well, if anyone told you you're a dick at points. Poison trap too. But like personally, I think Pete needs to be the one to essentially take down Doc Ock. Not Doc Ock. Norman Osborn, and I think it would be a really cool thing is if Harry, finds out, wakes up, all that lot, tries and stops it. It's like, no, don't fight, all that lot, and Norman Osborn being like, he almost killed you, and like, as he's about to go in for the final hit, end Spider-Man, Harry just jumps involved. Now, what is technically copying, kind of, the third Spider-Man movie, the Tobey Maguire one, kind of. Harry jumped involved so Pete wouldn't end up dying to Sandman and that Green Goblin and not Sandman and that Venom. Kind of. Something's come up that concerns you. It's about Komola Village. While it is true that the Rampage isn't over completely, your village has been largely unscattered thanks to you. All because of me. So at the suggestions of Elder Fugan, Eldero and the Komola Village are strengthened their ties and collaborated more. Sadly there is a hitch. There's a Tectranodon being a nonsense in the jungle. As a result, travelling between our two lands is proving difficult. We're about to dispatch our knights to deal with the menace, but Elder Fugan suggested you for the task. Since it has such faith in you, I'm sure you'll have capable. Would you mind getting the quest details from?
I have faith that you will fulfill your duty. Aha! A special quest has been added.
Yay! Another thing that was in the base game.
I hope we can talk again soon.
Because I'm not completely annoyed that they basically was like, here's a bunch of stuff in the base game. But I would prefer new monsters. This armor doesn't look too Now, I'll compare Azuchi because I think I've got both its high rank, maybe it's low rank. But the one I will compare is Royal Rudolph. Last Master Rank, which looks even stupider.
I'll put everything Master Hammond taught me to good use. I can swing whatever you need.
That was also Barrios. Barrios even. And then that's, you know, high rank. That looks like a raincoat. Like, and again, that's great Izuchi's. That's Master Rank Izuchi's. The reason no color is because, again, you have to reset it with a Master Rank set of armor. Which, it's Master Rank case, I think that does look cooler. Like, there's not much of a difference. But Royal Rudolph does look worse. Personally, to me, this doesn't look as good as the high rank.
Bye now.
Now, to quickly empty this. First time. Would it be nice to me and let me in first attempt? Nope, of course it doesn't. Well, I'll try a couple of attempts and I'll be back since I get into the hunt. Okay, 2 more attempts. But like, so far, guys, I'm really enjoying watching the boys. It's definitely a show that's right up my alley. Like, I love superhero shows, and I especially love when they're more realistic. And the boys, third attempt. And the boys definitely does go there. Superheroes unchecked are a danger. But yeah, guys, like, superheroes unchecked are a danger, like, but we never see it from things like DC and Marvel. Not completely. There's awful live-action MCU movies, Civil War being specifically, where a government does turn around and say to the Avengers, you're not being unchecked. It ends now. But in the boys, we see a lot more of a darker side of being a hero. All of them are famous. Like, the main group, the Sevens, which is what their central Avengers Justice League are, their identity's all out in the open. No one's, other than one character called Black Noir, who is just a mystery. Like, everyone else's, like, identities is out there. And that, for instance, say if someone's name was Kelly Kent, and their super identity was Arachnid or something, their name would just be Arachnid. Because, as a literal point, and yes, I'm 100% guilty of doing it myself, especially with no soups, who actually do have their own names. But Bright, not so Star, it's a Bright Star. I'm double checking this because now I'm really confused. Starlight does actually have a normal name. It's like Annie something. But like almost everyone does just call her Starlight. I say almost everyone. Apart from the Shimmer and Echo. Apart from a very small group of people, because guys, basically in the boys universe, the Sevens My known heroes aren't really heroes. The Black Noir has done a few shit. The Deep needs to learn the definition of consent. We first get introduced to A-Train murdering a civilian because he was high as a kite. The Wonder Woman of this universe is a depressed person who is being forced into this, who then gets out because she loses her powers. And then the Superman of this universe is just a psychotic evil dick. And whose name is Homelander. He was just a literal psychotic dick. Like, I mentioned this in part 1, but there was a scene where they could have potentially tried to save a bunch of people, and they didn't. He forced I can't remember her name, the Wonder Woman of this universe, to basically leave. And because he's like, no, if we take one, they'll basically turn around and say that we let everyone else die. And Homeland didn't want anyone having something that they could use against him. And to prove how much more of a dick he is, he outright in Call of Duty, and like, literally, lasers someone to death, everyone starts sharing, doesn't get charged for murder. I'm sorry, but what fucking universe is a superhero not getting held to upper standards? Tech Jonathan's done. Thanks to your efforts, the passengers from Kamara to Aldadar has opened up. So basically, from the village to here is now back open for business. The passage not only serves to increase currents, but strengthen our bond. May our people postpone. And speaking to Lady Hinito and Lady Minito and Master Uchitu, Master Uchi, probably wrong on that, are ready en route to visit you here. You're quite popular. Yeah. Actually, I have expected them to have already arrived. Arrived. Oh well, patience is virtue. While you wait for their arrival, why not see if Thingy has posted any new quests? But like, guys, again, my big problem with Sunbreak.
Your spirit shines bright. Chat with Cheech for all your questing needs.
Oh, and Sunbreak has this really annoying thing. No, I'll quickly go and speak to a few people. Has this really annoying thing where it's like, here, do an urgent quest, and then come back and do a couple more hunts.
Hello. Until next time.
It sounds like a pompous prick. Like, literally, take a bunch of stuff from World. Like, bring things like Lariana into the game. Odogoron. Like, I have the Apex Predators that you deal with in the end of low rank for World. Those two are the only two that are in this game. Because I'm pretty sure Dogoron isn't. But going over the new quests that we have access to. Giant Flaming Chicken. Roly-Poly Dude. Barroth. 2 Roggies. And then 2 Lebombri's. Lebombri and Great Baggy. Probably will go after Roly-Poly and Axnom.
I hope we can talk again soon.
How are things?
Now, guys, I am going to be doing a lot of comparisons, but I'm going to say this. I don't actually mind that. I kind of like it. like comparing it to like that just looked. Although to be fair, I kind of do think that looks nicer. That kind of just looks like like that. Looking at that reminds me more of Brick, just how it does. Looking at this
I'll put
reminds
everything
me of an
Mr. Hammond
update
taught
to
me
more of a
good
swampy
use. I
monster.
can swing whatever you need. I'll be here when you need me.
Right side clear, left side clear.
Now, do I call it short or do I actually? No, you know what? No, I will go after. No, actually, I have done through it. You know what? I'll go after the flaming chicken. Just because, again, might be able to make his armor because I do need mastering armor set. Okay, 2 more attempts. Actually, it would make sense why the bloody giant flaming chicken's all the way in the Frost Islands. Right, guys, I'll be back as soon as I get loaded into the quest. So, guys, we're back. We did get into a hunt eventually. Like, I don't really have a problem with hunts taking a while to get into every so often. But when it's kind of back to back, then it kind of just feels like a joke. Because, again, I really don't mind if hunts do take a while, as long as I can get into a hunt within the 15-ish minutes. But when it's one that takes double that, because I think I spent 20-something minutes trying to get into the Tectronodon fight. No. The fight before that, Royal Rudolph. And you guys, like, I was contemplating, like, why wait and trying to get into this hunt? Do I just want it now? Like, I've done 3 hunts, 3 hunts, and 3 hunts. But then I was like, yeah. 3 hunts might be 3 hunts, but again, not done 3 proper hunts, and the first hunt was barely a hunt. Also, I said it before and I'll say it again, the giant chicken bean in the Iceland works perfectly for it. The Bombay, an ice rabbit, perfect for hunting. Great Maggie, and I think, kinda perfect for hunting. No, yes, if, you know, Axelon does try and pick a fight with something like Barrioth. Yeah, it's gonna get frozen alive. It would be fine. Don't change your design. You look different, or at least different colour. You usually look more white. Now you just look more grey. So, but yeah, so guys, getting back into the boys' conversation of the fact of how I do personally think any superhero should basically have a collar around the neck saying, you can't do this, otherwise something else will happen. Now, do I personally think that collar should be something what Amanda Waller does to criminals? No, I think it's just torture. But anyway, knowing me, I probably will end up scrubbing that part. But yeah, so guys, overall, I do think when you like something like the boys, I do think there should be someone there to turn around and say, no, you do need supervision. Which is why I like Butcher's team known as the boys, which consists of Butcher, Huey, I think he's Russian, a Russian dude, his superhero, his powered up girlfriend, Huey's powered up girlfriend Starlight, and then another dude who I cannot remember his name. And they're all basically turned around and like they basically, for the most part, like Huey didn't like Soups because of the fact of what Adrian did to his girlfriend in the first episode. Butcher doesn't because of what Homeland has done to his entire family. going on a nice little train of how Homelander fucked over a group of people. Let's see. Butcher's wife, Becca, Homelander slept with her. I don't know if the show ever did mention, and if it did, I cannot remember the fact of, because as far as I'm aware, I don't think it was consensual. And, you know, ended up having a super kid. All without being drugged. The kid was got superpowers without being drugged. That's how, like, 99% of the heroes in the boys are, like, how they have their powers. They were all drugged at birth. Like, they were all given, you know, as drugs when they were a kid. And, you know, Homelander and, you know, Butcher's wife Becca had a kid. This kid has Homelander's powers. And Homelander made it very much, you know, known to the fact of, after the kid was, you know, after he found out about the kid, I am taking him. Now, Becca, you know, the mother was like, no, not happening, you're a monster. Called him out on that shit, fairly right. Still took him. She still died because he took her in the end, because, you know, Butcher's like, nope, you're not coming with us, way too dangerous, you'll get killed. He was right. And ever since then, he's been trying to do the right thing about the kid. You know, trying to give him a normal life. He made a promise. He planned sticks to it.
Gotcha.
And couldn't be asked to save the airplane people? Collateral damage. Couldn't be asked to laser a mugger's gun out of his hand? Collateral damage.
Farewell, monster.
Didn't even break a sweat.
It's over.
But like, the amount of times that I just don't like Homelander. Which is why I do full on agree now. I can't remember the actor's name, but the actor would be perfect at playing Reverse Flash. He would be perfect at it. Don't get me wrong, Tom Cavanaugh playing Reverse Flash is also pretty good because he was a good Reverse Flash, same with Grant Gustin being Barry Allen. But if they didn't want to use even one of them, I'd be fine with the person who plays Homelander. Ooh, bird gem. Correction, Fey Wife and Gem. With the person who's like Homelander being Eobard Thawne, being the Reverse Flash. Because he pulls off that psychopathic, you know, tone. Like, I'm the good guy, you're not, sort of bullshit. Because even more proof that Homelander is just a psychotic dictator who needs to be taken down a peg or two. He turned around and said to Starlight, you forced me into a situation where I have to make everyone fear me. I will. I'd prefer to be loved, but I will happy enough accept fear.
Well, hey there.
And guys, Axel's gear doesn't actually look that bad here. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of the potential elf wings, but they do definitely look nice. How much of the armor set can I actually make?
Strike while the iron's hot.
Add to wish list. Because like, it gives you like this nice little neck crown. You can kind of see it there. Now, will I have the rest of the armor made by the next part? Highly doubtful. Now, just so I do actually still look decent, but I am actually stronger. Lay it out my time. Whoop, whoop, lay it out my time. Whoop, whoop, lay it out my time. Because this way I'm actually stronger, but still look cool. I don't know what it is about this armor set, guys. I just really love it. Like, it's just a really cool armor set, personally. But, yeah, so guys, The Boys so far has been like a really great show. And even though it is dark, gruesome, and like basically just full of blood and murder, it's more of a realistic show than more realistic interpretation of what life would be like for superheroes. Because half of them, yes, whether it be people like Superman, Clark Kent, Superman, Barry Allen, Flash, Diana Prince, Wonder Woman, Gunner Chuck, Bruce Wayne, Batman in here, even though he doesn't have powers. Why would be people like that who would have powers or adjacent or stuff that puts them on god tier level, but wouldn't be like a dictator with it. But there will still be people like Homelander, like how Omni-Man was in season one. Believe because they have power, they get to rule. Not how life works. That's why I personally do think if superheroes did exist in real life, there should be someone who can turn around and say, they should be able to say fuck you to them. They should be able to take their powers from them. And why the hell is there a ship out there? No idea. But like, there should be a way to essentially be like, you've been an arsehole with your powers, shut them off. Like, I do think people like Amanda Waller are just evil bitches at points. But I also get where people like Cecil from Invincible are coming from. Mark Grayson Invincible has a huge amount of power and can rip the planet in half in about 30 seconds. He'd eliminate all life on Earth very quickly. Cecil having a way to essentially say fuck you to him isn't the worst thing in the world. Cecil abusing that and having it willingly implanted into him instead of having it half the time put into a watch on like something that you can carry yourself. That way he doesn't feel like there's a bomb in his head. That way it's just a case of if one does get too close to you, you can not. Plus, it would mean if Omni-Man came back to Earth or another Vulture, you wouldn't have to go, Donald? Yes, yes, Cecil? Should have made this portable. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you have enjoyed today's episode. It's part 2, even. Sorry if I've not seen myself, but I think I've been pretty fine. Just again, not feeling 100%. I think it's potentially just a headache coming on. Which means does record is probably 100% not helping, but anyway. Hope you have enjoyed. If you are new at it, like, comment, subscribe, and for the fun of it, let me know in the comment section below what you prefer more, Invincible or The Boys, and list some of your reasons. Like, personally to me, I like the fact of that we get to see this version of a superhero that is trying to take responsibility for his actions. That doesn't want to be what someone else tells him to be. But on one hand, someone, Butcher's going around with a shotgun being like, I'm going to shoot your brains fucking out, is also kind of fun. I say fun, kind of cool. Also, guys, if you haven't seen either show, I recommend watching Invincible because it's relatively fine for younger audiences than it actually is. Of The Boys, though, yeah, no. 15 maybe. But that pushes it. The amount of blood, sex, murder, a lot in there. It's got its age rating for a reason. But anyway, guys, this is Tiger signing off, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Whoosh and whoosh.